Oh, what's up, heathens? Uh, so sorry about that. My friggin' my entire settings thing just went all fucky. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so what's up, heathens? How y'all doing? This is actually the first stream from our new location, our new setup here. This is still a green screen because I don't have my actual setup done up back here. But the green screen's much better. It's actually mounted to the ceiling, and I just pull that shit down, and it's fucking awesome. There's very little setup that I have to go through. But in any case, the stuttering at the beginning of the show tonight is my fault. It's because we're having to access files needed for the stream over the network, and we're kind of at the very fuzzy edge of the availability of the wireless network. So that's why it was stuttering, in case you were wondering. Hopefully we'll get that fixed soon. David says good night. Hey there, David. How you doing? Hope you're doing good there, bud. Yeah, I got notifications on. I hope you're doing good there, buddy. David says good night. But good night, David. I hope you have a good night there, buddy. And I guess have a great weekend. So tonight we are going to be going over a video where a guy claims to tell us or explain to us why atheists can't find God. Apparently, he's harder to find than Sasquatch, and he knows the reason why we just simply can't find him. My guess is that God is the hide-and-seek champion of the entire universe or reality or what in the fuck ever. He's obviously much better than the Sasquatch is, but we'll find out tonight exactly why atheists can't find God. If you're interested in this kind of dumb shit, then please stay tuned. Here in a second. Hold on. Oh, well, shit. Apparently that didn't work out exactly as I planned. At least I don't. Nope, it just automatically switched because of fucking reasons. But all right, so if you guys don't know, here at the Godless Engineer YouTube channel, a portion of all proceeds that we receive will go to a charity each month. This month, we... Thank you so much there, Quentin. Quentin Van Boeven says, getting in my weekly tithe for this week and last week. Make sure this gets used for shitty causes. That's right. This month, though, in July, it's Disability Awareness Month. Or just, isn't that right? Disability Awareness or Pride? Pride, Disability Pride. Anyways, we're going to have one particular charity that we're going to donate to, and then we're going to allow the Skeptic Mafia to pick a charity. And so if you want to help out here at the channel, you can send a super chat, become a Skeptic Mafia member, or simply just watch our videos. That also helps. So we really appreciate everybody this month. It was a little bit of a tough month with the move and everything like that, but we're still, able to donate significantly to a couple charities. So I hope that you guys will continue. We'll continue with the donations like Drew's book reviews did with It's Simple. God is on Kolob, which is more than 14 billion light years away. So its light can never reach us. Our telescopes can't see it as a result. Is that really the apologetic as to why we can't find Kolob? Wow. That's amazing. And if you guys are wondering, I'm having another whiskey and coke kind of night. If I can actually drink all the way down, I'll show you what kind of whiskey stones I have. If you can hear them clanging around, I have some whiskey stones in there that are America as fuck. I don't know if that gave it away already or what, but Anyways, let's see. I Heart Dogs. I Heart Dog says, cause this video dipshit promised me hell. Then we got a Liz. Oh. Oh. Crap. I'm so sorry. Don't think, no. The audio was not coming through, but it should be coming through now. I'm so sorry about that. I Heart Dogs is going to hell. And apparently this video promises that they will go to hell. If you do a shot on stream? A shot of what? Insulin or kind of shot? I don't think we don't have any shot glasses up here.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the
Well, they
fuck
gave me
out of
$5
here.
to do a shot.
Woo,
Yep.
Fair money.
Okay, so let me get through these super chats here. We got Elizabeth Richardson, who says, weekly donation. Just listening in tonight while working on the house. Congrats on getting all moved in. I feel your pain on that. Thank you so much there, Elizabeth. Yeah, trust me, it was a pain. I mean, I was so wore out last week. I mean, I didn't even stream. So that's how much it fucked me up. Jonathan Hanachek says technical problems with GE, sponsored by yours truly because of audio problems with GE. Hey, Casey.
Hi.
She doesn't have a mic tonight. JG Man 2645 says, I'll super chat another fiber if you do a shot on stream. Yeah, so if you send another $5 super chat, I will do my best to convince KC to go and get me a shot of whiskey, and I will I'll do it. I mean, I've done it before. I had a friend one time was trying to teach me how to do a shot, and I was already fucking drunk as shit. And I looked at him, and I looked at the shot, and I looked at him, just like, boom. Because I was in a bit. Anyways, Asexual Atheist says, testing. All right, so just to bring this back around, a portion of all proceeds will be going to charity this month. It's Disability Pride Month, so we will be choosing charities that provide services for people with disabilities. We will be sure to let you guys know. We always verify the charities.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out
JG
of here.
Man says, get me a shot glass. Thank you, honey. I'll give you the $5 later.
I feel like you mean something different.
Yeah, I do mean something different. Anyways.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the
Quentin
fuck
gave
out of
another
here.
a $5 to do a shot. Y'all are gonna get. I'm gonna do a shot, so not 2 shots, just the one. I don't want to be too fucked up for this. Anyways, so we always verify the charities that we choose through a charity. It's like Charity Navigator or somebody that reviews charities to make sure that they're providing, actual services and not spending too much on overhead and stuff like that. So we do verify the charities that we donate to. So if you want to help out, then definitely become a Skeptic Mafia member, send a super chat like all of the lovely heathens that have already sent super chats tonight. I thank you guys so much. We're going to be able to donate a good bit this month. So yes, got all that out of the way. Let's see. Next up is, of course, Casey's downstairs for this, but it's Today I Learned. I'm still getting used to my setup here. I wonder if this will work. Today I learned. Woo, she did. Hold on. Today I learned. Oh, shit. It kind of. Oh, there we go. All my shit's fucked up. I hate operating over Wi-Fi. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Okay, so first up tonight on Today I Learned, we've got the Founding Fathers loved ice cream. Thomas Jefferson crafted an 18-step recipe for vanilla ice cream that is housed in the Library of Congress. George Washington was said to have spent $200 on ice cream in the summer of 1790. Can you honestly, like... Okay.
What are you doing?
Sorry. I just realized my wife brought up
I blew my load.
the entire bottle of whiskey.
It's almost gone.
It's almost gone.
I did it in the Black Non-Believers.
Ah, the Black Non-Believers shot glass right here. Y'all are really wanting me to get fucked up tonight. I can already tell. Whew. All right. So this is because of the super chat. It's the only one?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's KC's money.
I don't normally take it straight like that. Yeah.
Well, no, I normally don't. But I already have trouble swallowing my own saliva, so it makes sense. But can you imagine really spending $200 on a dip cone from Dairy Queen? I mean, come on. No one spent $200 on ice. There's no way I'd go to any restaurant and pay $200 for anything. Okay? I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm fine with like a $45 steak maybe, like on a special night, not something regular, but $200? At that point, you just have too much money. So we had Jamie W. That says Jesus is a crab, baby. You have no idea. Uhan Roderick says Star Trek is ew. Thanks. starting that fight quick tonight, aren't we? All right, let's see. Oh, nope. That one. All right, so next up on Today I Learned, we have that advertisement has a negative return on investment for more than 80% of brands, which implies that most firms overinvest in ads. Seems like if it has a negative return, investing in ads at all for some people is just pointless. Like McDonald's. I feel like McDonald's is one of those companies that overinvests in ads. It's a lot like Christianity, okay? Everybody knows who McDonald's is, what they sell, and where you can find them. You just got to look for those golden arches going down the highway or the interstate or just in your local town. You just got to drive 5 feet, and I'm sure you'll find either a Starbucks or a goddamn McDonald's. But everybody knows what McDonald's sells, okay? The only time we want to be advertised to with McDonald's is apparently whenever the McRib is back, because that's a big deal for some fucking reason. But in any case, I think that McDonald's is one of those. Christianity definitely oversells itself, like as far as advertising goes. We all know who Jesus is. We don't need to be told by some billboard on the side of the road, like.
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, G.E.
We don't need to be told by a billboard on the side of the road that we're going to go to hell unless we praise Jesus. Like, we don't need to be told about Catholicism. Everybody knows about those fucking kitty fuckers. So, I mean, we don't need those kinds of advertisements. We know who the fuck he is. And finally on Today I Learned of a missing DJ's body was found nearly mummified within the walls of a bar soon after Winnipeg instituted a no smoking in bars law. Before the ban, the smell of cigarette smoke covered up the smell of his decomposing body. This reminds me of an episode of Bones where this exact thing happened, except they didn't find... it wasn't because of the smell that they found the body. It was that I think a fight broke out and somebody got thrown through a wall, and they got thrown through the wall, and then there was a mummified body of the DJ behind the wall, and so they had to solve that murder. I don't know. This just seems like a Bones episode just taking place in Canada. But anyways, it's amazing what you'll find in your walls, apparently. At the walls in our house, we've got drawings on the the inside of the walls where the construction workers decided to curse our house with hillbillyism. And just bad drawings and shit like that. So we've got weird drawings in various parts of our walls, and actually explicitly in the attic area we have some kind of weird mural that I think has cursed us into a poltergeist situation, but we'll never know, I guess, unless the poltergeist comes around. A poltergeist does. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the Today I Learned Today. But you know what we also have? What? Comments of the day. Comments of the day. Prepare to facepalm yourself into next week. Boy, they're stupid this week. The first one that I have selected is especially dumb. I feel like I feel the whiskey hitting me. Normally it's diluted by a lot of Diet Coke. It's hitting me quick this time. Thank you so much there, JG Man and Quentin Van Booven, which GD Reuter, I'm not sure if I doubt I pronounced that right, says, Dune is greater than Star Trek, is greater than Star Wars. October 21st, go watch the first part of Mini. Casey said, nobody asked you. But I'm excited to see, I actually haven't seen the original Dune. And so I won't burden KC with watching it with me, but I do want to watch the original Dune at some point. Anyways, are y'all ready for this shit? I'm not. Why do ball earthists deny the existence of water mountains? You may find yourself wondering, as the first person who commented said, I'm almost scared to ask, but what's a water mountain? Well, my fellow scientist, water mountains are what ships disappear behind in the sea. Ball earthists are just too stupid to recognize them or acknowledge them, so they claim it's evidence of a ball earth. Oh. That's literally the curvature of the earth. Listen. Flat earthers cannot have it both ways, okay? Either water seeks its own level as if it's some kind of sentient creature, or there's water mountains. Like, it can't be both. Like, where in the fuck do you get water? Like, how does water take the shape of a fucking mountain? Also, why does the water mountain perfectly conform to the curvature of the earth?
I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
The Lord's crying. Yep. We got a few more coming. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. I really don't mind waiting for all of the things to pop up. Uhan Roderick says, I have a remote control. Pew pew. Star Trek sucks.
Nobody asked you either.
No. Drew's book review says, do not watch the original Dune. No, it was horrible. Is that the consensus of the fan base? Or are you not a fan? A fan? I guess you're not a fan of Dune, the original Dune. But I mean, I thought it was like a cult classic or something like that. Anyways, Lisa for Truth says, why do religious people go on atheist channel knowing they're on an atheist channel and then get all butthurt at the content?
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, Lisa, I have no fucking clue. My guess is that they just need someone to bitch at because they're not happy with their life. And so by bitching at somebody else, they feel better about themselves. I would say that's probably about 90% of the reason why people bitch at other people in general. I wonder if people saw my whiskey stone.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
Quentin or Vanta Blue says that's not how you write iceberg. You know, iceberg, water mountain. I see it. I think that all icebergs should be water mountains now. We got Quentin Van Boon says, seems like we could use one more interruption. We always could use more interruptions. Wuhan. Oh, God. Wuhan says, serious super chat. Star Trek is
That's
seriously
KC's
lame.
money.
I'm just trying to fill up characters now. Love you guys. Thank you, Wuhan. And Gary White says, here's my interruption for the day. LOL. Thank you guys so much. All right, that's enough of flat earth shit before I say something that's completely wrong and I get told 20,000 times in the fucking comments. Because honestly, I don't need that in my life. But you know what I do need is to read this as Josephus. It's still going. You guys, we have to do something about the store hot topic. I went in there today with my daughter, Ashley, just to see if they had any of those cute little pop figures of Carrie Underwood, and I was just in shock by the merchandise they sold. This store gladly promotes Satanism and the homosexuals. I asked to speak to a manager already. Their horrid merchandise, and this young lady with colorful clown hair and piercings all over her face said that she was the manager. Quickly told her, never mind, grabbed my daughter and left the store because with the good Lord as my savior, I wasn't about to talk to a store full of gay satanic clowns.
Woo! That's KC's money.
I lost my place. Hold on. As a woman of faith, I will pray for the hot topic and their employees who desperately need the Lord's guide and light because it's poisoning the minds of our kids. Now, I have my problems with the Hot Topic store. I mean, I don't really like it all that much. I don't go there all that much. I mean, they do have a few cool things. I mean, it's just a personal thing for me. Like, I don't prefer Hot Topic. I mean, honestly, I'm 6. I'll be 37 this year. I'm 36. I'm too old to go into Hot Topic, okay? But this is just ridiculous. If you don't know what Hot Topic is before going in there, you should really blame yourself when you're surprised by all the bullshit that's in Hot Topic. All right. Next up on the comments, we got wrong. The earth was created some 5,000 years ago. At some point, God fast-forwarded time to the end of the world and then reversed Earth's time billions of years to the beginning of the universe. The reason why God did this was to allow God's enemies to choose science over him. I mean, if they're God's enemies, and God's enemies rely on science, did God really need to go through all that in order for the enemies to choose science over God when they had already chosen science over God? Like, I kind of feel like this just doesn't make a lot of sense. Never mind we're going to the end of time, then back and then forth and back and forth, and like, just forget all of that shit, right? I mean, just the fact that it's like, oh, we're enemies of God and we choose science. So God fast forwarded and reversed time in order for us to choose science over God. But we're already his enemies. I don't know. I'm not going to try to fucking figure this out. No more shots. It was concentrated is what it was. Anyways, this guy's from Florida, and he says, facts! God is real. Do you know Jesus? 2, the media is fake news! I can yell as loud as I want to now, and I don't have to worry about neighbors. I didn't care before, but you know. The election was stolen! Words are spells! COVID-19 was a bio warfare weapon No A. Weapon, but no A. 6. The day of the Lord is coming. Welcome to the Great Awakening! Shit. This is a lot. We got Gary, JG Man says Vader is greater than Q, case closed. Eric Hamion says, what's an election and why would someone want to steal it? Oh. I see now. Eleka session. Eleka session. I don't know what an Eleka session is. I'm guessing it's something similar to an election, but it's, Trump runs it. But apparently, even that got stolen from him. Seems like he loses shit really easily. I mean, when you allow people to vote, Republicans lose. So, there's that. Anyways, this guy's a dipshit. Next up, we got this dipshit. Says, looking around at a Trumpless America, it's clear to see this God hates us as a country. Liberals is what he meant. Liberals have spit in the face of God by illegally impeaching the closest thing to Jesus that modern man has ever seen. They hate God. Take America back. Trump 2024 in Jesus' name. Amen. Yeah, this is definitely a lot. That's right, hun. So, Trump is still in America. He's still toiling about. I guess you mean that he's not like, president, but whatever. Also, it wasn't an illegal impeachment. It was very much legal.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Lisa for Truth says, looks like Trump's gonna be indicted. Yay! Quentin Van Booven says, can Brocephus explain how Trump is close to Jesus in any way? Maybe. I think so. I mean, he's gearing up over there for his section, so let's hurry up. We just got a couple more.
Woo, bear money.
Yeah, Brocephus doesn't like Trump, so I mean, I'm not exactly sure how he's going to handle it, but we'll see. Let's get through these, though. Uhan Roderick says, hashtag Vermin Supreme 2024, free ponies for all.
Lord cries.
Now, listen, free ponies sounds like a good idea on the surface. Well, for some people, it sounds good on the surface. But if you really think about how much a pony can shit, you don't want to clean that up, okay? Not even the people in parades want to clean up the shit from the horses that march in the parades. They do put the shit bags, but sometimes they miss and they get shit on the ground, and nobody wants to clean that up. So, I mean, I don't want to clean up pony shit. So, if there were free ponies being handed out, I would just tell them to keep it and give me $600 or however much a pony costs. I'm not sure. It could be the price of a miniature pony. I just would rather take the cash, equivalent, I guess. Anyways, next up on the comments, we have, I asked my son who works at a computer software manufacturer, mind you, if he ever heard of graphene oxide, and he said, yeah, they're using it to create artificial intelligence systems. When I told him that's what was in the jab, his jaw dropped. His words were drones. They are making drones. Now, I don't know if he means UAV type drones, maybe, or maybe he's talking about how they're inserting AI microchips into us that are going to control us like body snatchers or something.
Woo! That's KC's money.
Your money, yes, honey, your money. like body snatch. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, he's a computer software manufacturer. I mean, I don't know what that is necessarily. Like, there are developers, there are publishers. I'm not sure what manufacturer is as far as like software goes. So I'm a little confused by this. JG Man says, but for real, Mega Man or Mario? I'd have to go Mario. I've got less experience with Mega Man. Mario's my bro. All right, last comment before we get to Brocephus. Someone actually just told my husband on Facebook that it's a good thing Obama isn't president right now because he wasn't a billionaire and wouldn't have been able to afford to give everyone $1,200. Seriously, how do Trump supporters find their way home at the end of the day? Find their way home at the end of the day? I don't know how they remember to breathe at all. Yeah, don't shit themselves constantly. Don't piss themselves constantly. I mean, Kate. Well, yeah, there's Caitlyn Bennett. She shits herself pretty regularly. But anyway, so like, I don't know why they think the $1,200 came out of Trump's pocket. Like, true.
That's KC's money.
Trump didn't like take a salary while he was president. But I mean, that's because he was funneling like government money to his resorts and shit.
Yes, way more than salary.
Way more than his fucking salary. So I don't even know why in the fuck people think that Trump gave them $1,200 a piece. Like that, Trump doesn't have that much money. Like, I feel like this is kind of some kind of hillbilly thing where they just think $1 million is like an infinite amount of money and you can just continuously cash checks out of the $1 million. Like, it's so fucking weird. Anyways, I Heart Dog says, I like Luigi. Luigi's pretty cool. If I had to pick between Mario and Luigi, I'd probably still have to go with Mario.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the
Sarah
Lord
Felix
cries.
made God cry, saying the legend of Staffy beats all of them. XP. Oh, I think that's an emoji thing. What's the legend of Staffy? Is it? Anyways, Legend of Staffy. I'll have to look that up. Anyways. Oh, are you guys ready for Brocephus?
I'm ready.
You're ready?
Brocephus has his own internet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go and get him or something because the thing's probably not gonna work. Hold on. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm back. And now it's black. Oh, hey! Here I am. Sorry, I just kind of appeared. Anyways, I'm here to give you guys a TED Talk about snakes. What happens when you fully power them sons of bitches? What will happen when this snake cyborg reaches its full potential of 100% power? Should we be worried? Yes, you should. All right, that's at 63%. When this motherfucker gets to 100%, think anaconda, but worse, okay? You're going to have a... What's that guy's name from... Oh, are we there yet? Ice Cube. I was thinking iced tea for some reason. I mean, iced tea's awesome, but I'm talking about like the tea that you pour in a cup and you drink it. Iced tea's awesome, but Ice Cube. So, anyways, if you think Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez on a on one of them river boats, and shit going through the Amazon and stuff. And then there's that big anaconda snake that comes in. That was a snake at 100% power. Okay, that was animatronic. You can tell it's animatronic. You can always tell when they're animatronic and shit. Anyways, that was at 100% power, and that motherfucker at that time they didn't have any kind of wireless charging like this guy. It obviously is prone to, but
That's KC's money.
thank you for the money, JG man. But anyways, so they had him on a DC power cord, right? That's why you didn't really see the entire snake all the time. There was parts of it that were covered up and everything. That's because they were trying to hide the DC power cord. So anyways, he was at 100% power the entire time because he was on straight DC electric shit, right? Anyways, if this guy gets to 100% power, he's going to be anaconda size and he's going to be ready to eat his owners. This is why I don't own a snake, okay? For one thing, snakes are the devil, all right? We all know this if you read Genesis. Snakes equal devil. And I don't care what no motherfucker say on Twitter about them not being nope ropes and being precious and all that kind of shit. I don't want a snake.
Money.
I don't like snakes. They can go to hell, okay? They are nope ropes, and I will nope the fuck out of this rope right out the goddamn window before it gets to 100%. All right? All right, that's it for me. I'm wondering if this will work. Anyways, I'll see you heathens later. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. GE's going to come on here and read all of your chats. And why don't I just read your chats real quick? Let's see, what do we got? JJ Man over here. He says Shrek would beat the pants off of Luigi. I would have to agree with this assessment because if you think about it, Luigi's a tall son of a bitch, but he's lanky, right? He's a lanky bastard. And while he may be tall, I do believe Shrek is a bit taller and also bulkier because he's been hitting that muscle milk. Why the fuck is my face frozen? My camera died. Hold on. I gotta fix this shit. Wait a second. Oh, wait. There it goes. It caught back up. Anyway, Shrek is a tall, burly motherfucker who's been hitting that power milk. Or what is it called? Muscle milk. He's been hitting that muscle milk, right? And he's been pumping iron and shit, and he's ready to kick ass. Now, I don't care what kind of superpowers Luigi has. He could ram a flower up his ass and eat a leaf and be like a fire-breathing tanuki. I don't give a shit. Shrek is going to kick his ass. He's going to fuck him up because Shrek is Shrek, and all he has to do is field goal that little motherfucker. Okay? So I think I'm agreeing with you, JG man. Shrek would kick the living shit out of Luigi. Jane Pusecker says, according to one of my callers from work, the COVID vaccine contains nanotechnology that turns off the God part of the brain. Which part is the God part exactly? I'm just kind of curious because I don't know a section of the brain that is labeled the God part. Like there's not like a lobe of the brain that is required for you to believe in God. Like GE doesn't have a missing whole lobe of a brain because he doesn't believe in God no more. It's not like one part of his brain is atrophied or something like that. I don't know which part of the brain that person seems to be talking about, but I do appreciate your super chat there, Jane. I'm going to see if this is going to work, and I'm going to go pass out because GE shots affected me a little bit. Let's hold on. I'm going to work this out. This is probably not going to work, but we're going to try it anyways. Yep, that's not working. Hold on. What's going on here? Hold on. Can we... Oh, there we go. Woo! Fading in and out of existence is tiring. Anyways, I don't like snakes, but this guy's alright, I guess. I mean, they keep them for pets and stuff. Let's see, Lisa for Truth says the God part of the brain is the temporal lobe. Is it? That's interesting. Oh, wait. I cut on the wrong camera.
That's KC's money.
that was the actual camera thingy. Hold on, there, that fixed it. Got it. All right, y'all ready for the video? I know I am. Ready to get the show on the road. All right, so I'm not even going to try a fancy switch because apparently those aren't working tonight. So let's just fade into it. There we go. All right. All right, welcome to the main part of the show. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that has done a super chat tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. So this guy right here is going to be telling us exactly why atheists can't find God. And hopefully, I still get a bit of a Brocephus twang in my voice right now. Hopefully, he'll actually shed some light on why we can't fucking find God in this, world. So it's a relatively short video, so we'll see how far we go. Let me get my... That's as far as I can go. Okay, let's do this.
Hello, friends.
What up?
It's a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day where you're at. If it's not, that's okay. If you follow Jesus, you're going to go to heaven where every day is beautiful for eternity.
How do you know this? Okay, and first of all, my day was actually pretty good. Up until the last little bit when I was supposed to grill burgers on my very awesome grill that I have. And then it rained on me, okay? It was like a monsoon. That's right, honey. It was like a monsoon. It was nearly a monsoon. I mean, you could not tell the difference between the two. Anyways, so a monsoon came, and then the lightning strike happened. What felt like a few feet away from the house, which then shook the house, and I thought some fuck drove into the house, and so I jumped, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta hold on a second, shit. And now we're paying a lot of money for a home surge protector and shit. So, because that's how shit works. Tomorrow, we're getting it put in tomorrow. Maybe we can get them to run that light. Probably not tomorrow, but we're also still waiting on a switch and a smart home thingy. Anyways, so day was pretty good, but I also would like to know how you know that the days are always beautiful up in heaven. Now, obviously, I guess you could infer that from the fact that I guess it's supposed to be just spectacularly good up in heaven. But as far as scripturally goes, the only thing that I can think of as far as a description of what heaven's like is you're constantly praying, or not praying, but praising God. And that's what heaven is. Constantly praising God. Think about Sundays at church, but 24/7 for eternity. Do you really want that? I mean, if you're Catholic, I would hope that you don't want that. I mean, some of these other churches are a bit more fun, like the ones where you get up and you dance and you act like a fool and you're just going crazy, like ah. Or maybe you got a Benny Hinn place. Maybe you're part of a Benny Hinn type congregation, and you see Benny Hinn up there hitting people with sports jackets and shit. Maybe you can defend yourself with a sports jacket up in heaven. I don't fucking know, but I would love to know how you know that every single day is just fantastic, because it just sounds like there's a gymnasium up there that God sticks everybody in, and you all sing praises to God 24/7 for the rest of eternity. I don't want that kind of future. And I would hope most people wouldn't really want that kind of future. Spider the Ateo, he sent a super sticker that's looks like a samurai dog waving a number one flag. I'm guessing that means I'm number one. So I agree with that particular super sticker right there. All right, let's see what else this guy's got.
All right. So I want to share a quote from C.S. Lewis, and he says, atheists can't find God for the same reason a thief can't find the police. And there you have it.
Now, you see, I disagree with this because I've heard a story about, people that have lost or what was it? Oh no, wait, it was the other way around. A person had their weed stolen and then decided to call the police on the person that stole their weed. So, they are a criminal in one sense, So in some places, at that particular place, it was a crime to have weed or that particular thing. Yeah, it is very stupid. Oh shit, I'm frozen again. Oh wait, there we go. We're back up. Okay. So sorry. Okay, I think we're good. All right.
Why is that? How come atheists can't find God? Same reason criminals can't find the cops, because criminals aren't looking for cops. They're running away from the police.
Okay, see, listen, I got another objection to this whole idea that criminals run away from the police, okay? So basically, if you've watched any kind of behavior, like the behavioral unit type shows out there, they are TV shows, but they do have experts that work on the shows and everything like that. One of the things that has been known about like serial killers is that they are one of the first ones to insert themselves into the investigation. So they seek out the police, not to turn themselves in or anything, obviously, but they do seek out the police. Now, true, there could be some people out there that just simply don't ever want to believe in God or don't want to find evidence of God or anything like that. Like sure, there could be people out there like that, but this is an overgeneralization of the atheist community because atheists are genuinely looking for evidence. Just because all this guy has or other apologists have is shitty evidence doesn't mean that we don't want the evidence.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Eric Camion getting exercised by Brocephus and saying, how do they know where to run away from if they don't know where the police are? That's a good point. I didn't think about that point. They would have to know where the police is in order to run away from them. So, still, I think that would only work in his favor, though, because then it's like, oh, I see the evidence for God. It's right over there. But I am going to run this direction because I don't want no God. I hate God. Fuck him. I think is how that might turn out. But he's trying to insinuate here that we're not really wanting evidence of God, or we just ignore evidence of God, or we don't go looking for the evidence of God, and that's why we don't ever find God, which is bullshit. We're the only ones that are honestly trying to investigate this question. Atheists want evidence of God because if there is a God, then that represents the truth of reality. And if there's anything that everybody should believe, it's in reality. JG Man says God is that 9-year-old saying, look at what I did.
You should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
God is that 9-year-old saying, look at what I did. Look at what I did. SNL. Guessing that was in an SNL skit. All right, let's see what else he's got.
And they wish the police didn't exist so they could commit crime without going to jail. And atheists are not looking for God. They're running away from God so they don't go to hell because they're afraid. As if running away from God means you're not going to go to hell.
For one thing, I'm not afraid of hell because that requires, being afraid of hell requires me to believe in hell. Now, there have been some people that have the residual emotional effects of believing in hell and everything like that. It's not what I'm talking about. It's not that I'm running away from God because I don't want to go to hell or something like that. That's just fucking ridiculous. But also, if there were no cops to enforce the law, then are they really criminals? Like, I mean, that's essentially just somebody standing up, proclaiming some rules, and then not enforcing them, making them empty rules. Like, I could stand on the roof of my house and be like, everybody owes me $5 every day. And if I don't have someone to go out there and shake down the neighbors, then, is that really...
That's KC's money.
KC said she'll go and shake down the neighbors. Where's my fucking money? And then she takes the baseball bat and she hits the door frame like, give us the money. She's gonna go fuck up Phil, our neighbor. That's not really our neighbor's name, obviously. True, we don't know what his name is. That's the name we gave him. Okay, so but if that scenario happened and I don't have anybody to enforce my decree,
Listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
Then, is it really like a law or it? Like, are you a criminal? Are you really a criminal if you don't abide by it? So if there were no police, then there would be no crime. All right. So I guess
fair money.
I guess maybe that's what he's trying to say, is that atheists don't want a God to exist because then there would be no sin. Right. But I mean, we already don't believe in sin. So it seems kind of fruitless, for us to want there not to be a God. I mean, if there was a God, I would at least want to know that there was a God. So, I mean, I just like if there's somebody that's a criminal, they would want to know where the police is and that there are police, or that there is some kind of governing system out there that's going to hold them accountable for the transgressions that they commit against the society. Like, they would want to know these things. I want to know these things. So I don't know. This guy's just really confusing. So we got Uhan Roderick, who says, and I ran so far away. I think that's a song lyric. Quentin Van Boeven says, send me to hell beats sucking God dick for all of eternity. Yep, I agree. I agree. It would beat that. Hellbound Hillbilly says, am I the only one who wants to see this guy clothesline himself while walking around yapping on his phone? I'm really hoping for a low branch, but I doubt that it's going to be there. JG Man says, does my seat in hell come with a smoker? Sign me up. Sure, there's a smoker. I'm not sure what you mean by smoker, just like somebody that smokes. We can put you next to somebody that smokes. Huh? A smoker grill? Fuck yeah, you get a smoker grill.
I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
Uhan says, couldn't get away.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
That he does.
Right? So
No.
you could run away from the police if you're a criminal all you want, but you'll eventually be caught. We got cameras everywhere.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
We see you. Stop stealing. Stop murdering and raping. You're going to jail. You're probably going to get the death penalty. And
Jesus Christ, what kind of criminals is he talking about? Like, he jumps around from like stealing stuff to like murdering and raping people. I don't know if y'all have seen this one really famous little short clip. It's the news reporter woman that's crushing the grapes with her feet, and she falls face first on the ground.
Donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
I'm guessing that's what he means by graping.
I don't know if y'all know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
But in any case, he's acting like, you know, God is as real as the police. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have empirical evidence that the police exists. I mean, we have whole systems of justice that include a policing element. Justice, no, yeah, quote unquote justice. So I guess I just don't understand why you're comparing the police to God when we have evidence of the police. You can observe the police. Can we observe God? And don't give me a look at the trees type of argument, because it's a bullshit argument. I'm talking about real empirical evidence of God as like some kind of cosmic or transcendental police force, right? We don't have that. That doesn't exist. We don't have evidence of that. You don't see God walking along with Jesus and the Holy Spirit in the streets, you know, looking for people to catch because they were sinning. It's like, oh shit, Jerry over there looked at that girl's ass, might as well cut his eyes out. Like, we don't see God walking down the streets doing that. If anything, God would instruct somebody to do that for him. But we don't even see that happening. I mean, there's the police force, but they don't cut out your eyes right there on the sidewalk. So I don't understand why you're treating God like he has empirical and verifiable evidence like the police force. I Heart Dog says, I told you, he promises me hellfire. JG Man says, just interrupt. And Gary White says, it's from a flock of seagulls. What do you call a flock of seagulls? Are they seagulls? The murderers of crows. Janet B says, if God was as...
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
I just don't need to do any more shots. That's what it is. Janet B says, if God was as real as the police, wouldn't he do something when he saw kids being abused in his house? You would think so. God doesn't do shit to stop any quote-unquote crime or sin. God doesn't do any of that. Like, he doesn't come down and beat somebody's ass. Like, if anybody should have their ass beat, it's the Catholic Church. He should definitely come down and be like, that is not what I fucking meant, bitch. And, like, been done with the Catholic Church. He was slapping the Pope or whoever in the fuck controls all that shit. It's a colony? Oh, the flock of seagulls is called a colony? I know it's a band. I was just being funny earlier. It apparently didn't land. Okay. Colony. All right. Let's see what else he's got.
You know, some atheists, they say, yeah, we did look for God, but we couldn't find him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I was atheist and agnostic like millions of others. The first time I prayed, God changed my life supernaturally, immediately. You know.
So let me get this straight. You were atheist, I guess, from birth, and then you prayed to God, and he immediately changed your life like that. Like, how? Maybe you'll get into it. I'm not sure. I'm seeing this for the first time, actually, which is usually not how I do things, but I felt like this video was just going to be kind of a shit post that he put on his channel or something. But, I mean, I'm just kind of curious. Like, how did God change your life when you prayed? How can you distinguish this immediate change in your life from, you know, your own psychological state of changing your life? Like, how do you know that God did it and not just your own psyche? How do you distinguish those two? These are important questions. Also, you're still overgeneralizing things. You're overgeneralizing the entire atheist demographic, because just because you didn't search out God or anything like that doesn't mean that the entirety of the atheist demographic didn't search out for evidence for God. I mean, I know I did. I searched for evidence of God. I went looking for arguments for God. and they were all poor. None of them proved their conclusion.
Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
So I don't understand. None of them proved their conclusion. So I don't understand why you're overgeneralizing people, like an entire demographic. Apparently, you are the quintessential atheist, or at least you were, until you prayed and were magically transformed. If you could do a video where you explain the difference between just your own psyche and God making that change, I would love to hear your explanation on how those things differ. What? The magic in me?
Knock, he'll open the door. Just knock. If you seek with all your heart, you'll find. If you ask, you will receive.
Okay, now he's just quoting like the Gospels, but here we'll actually do that. We'll do this real quick. Hold on. There we go. Everybody, we're gonna knock. God, can I come in, please? Oh, sorry, that was Casey. I thought God was knocking back like dipshit. I'm knocking. God's not opening any kind of door. Honey, do you see a door? It's closed and locked, just in case God barrels in.
No.
Oh, it's the attic door. Yes, the attic door is locked because we don't want the attic gremlins getting us. What? Never mind. But I'm knocking, and as a Christian, I metaphorically knocked. As an atheist, I metaphorically knocked. But I gotta tell you, he didn't open any kind of doors. He didn't grant any kind of wishes. He didn't do any of that. Casey's God confirmed. But it's just it's just really weird to me that apparently all of my searching for good arguments for the existence of God, verifiable evidence that God exists, was all for naught because I didn't knock the appropriate knock. Let's see. Oh shit! Oh, that was Casey again. She's real. God's not.
If you ask, you will receive. You genuinely didn't do all those things. I know you didn't. Stop lying because you love sinning. Your sins are delicious to you. You love it. I understand.
Yes, honey, this guy's really pretentious. He's got pretentious oozing out of his asshole. But I would love for him to tell me exactly which sin I'm denying God for. Because as far as I can tell, I'm the only sin that I've consistently committed is just not believing in God. The other quote-unquote sins or the other transgressions against God all seem to be very superfluous rules for how to live your life that are not necessarily bad. Now, I'm not talking about the obvious ones like don't steal shit from other people, although even that has a caveat to it, you know. Don't murder people, but again, that has a caveat to it. So, I mean, of all the quote-unquote transgressions against God, which is what sin is, the only one that I've consistently committed is just not believing in him. And that was after I went searching for him, only to find a lack of evidence of him. Is it my fault that there's no good evidence for God? Like, is that really on me? I don't think it is. I think that if God actually did exist, then
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
yeah, he is. I think that if God did really exist and he did create this universe and everything like that, I think that he would be easily detectable in some kind of way. If he actually had an effect on our reality, there would be some kind of effect that we could detect, and the only or the best explanation would be God. Obviously, there are apologists out there that think that they have found this, and they come in the form of bullshit miracles that are not actually miracles. They are just easily and naturally explained, but they don't want to admit that for whatever fucking reason. But this guy seems to think that it's bullshit to say that I've investigated whether or not God exists. And that I'm lying. That's another thing. He's claiming to know me better than I know myself, which is kind of a dipshit thing to do. And rude. Yes, thank you, honey. So, I mean, it's just... This kind of attitude really turns people off of religion and Jesus and Christianity, I guess, since that seems to be what you're pushing. It just... I don't know. I would say find a different tactic, because your tactic here sucks if you're looking to convert people to Jesus. What was that? Yes, honey, he is being a dick. A massive, thick chode. Why you gotta describe it like that, GE, in such graphic detail? Get it loaded. There we go.
I used to be a fornicator. I used to use drugs and steal and do a lot of wicked things.
Oh my God, he used to fuck. Maybe he needs to get laid and he'll quit doing these kind of dipshit videos. I mean, if he was getting laid right now, he wouldn't be outside making this kind of video. I'm not saying getting laid, cures all your problems. In fact, I think that it can probably, make some things worse. But I mean, in this particular case, I don't think that, being a quote unquote fornicator is really all that bad. Yes, honey, he does sound like Handmaid's Tale encapsulated into a human being. Fornicator, fornicator, fornicator. But also, like, he apparently stole shit, which, I mean, it really, like, the stealing shit has some caveats, I will say, because, I mean, obviously you can, you can steal something and it not be considered like immoral. There's a situation out there where it would be like that, but in any case, I don't know. I feel like. I feel like he's being very generalizing in this video. And also, I don't care about your definition of sin or what you think is sin, because that's just a transgression against your God. I don't believe in your God, so therefore this sin isn't bad, right? I mean, not inherently. I think that there are certain areas where your concept of morality and my concept of morality overlap, but other than that, I don't care about your concept of morality. Fuck your concept of morality.
Things, and I wasn't looking for God. I didn't want to find him because I loved my sins. So
Really? I feel like this is somebody who's not religious and is looking back upon their life as an atheist, I guess. And well, yeah, so KC, even though she doesn't have a mic, she's very vocal tonight. She said that it sounds like somebody that's just never been religious. Never been non-religious, sorry. And I mean, I have to agree, although I am prone to take people at their word, that like if he says that he was an atheist at one time, I don't have any reason to doubt it. But the way that he talks here kind of makes me doubt it. I mean, I agree with you, honey. It does make me doubt that he was ever really an atheist, because it seems like it's one of two things here. The first thing was that he was an atheist, and now he's looking back on his life as an atheist through a Christian lens, this fundamentalist Christian type of lens, and he's viewing himself as not investigate or not wanting to find God, or loving his sin, as he would say. basically what KC said was that apologists just use the bad arguments, or this guy is using the same bad arguments as apologists about atheists, the same talking points. And I agree. But if I can get through my list here, he's looking back on his atheist self through this Christian lens, and he's
What are you doing?
I blew my load.
he's looking back on his life as an atheist and judging it as a Christian apologist now. Or two, he was simply never an atheist. He's lying right now, and in order to try to convince somebody that either atheists just love their sin, or that all atheists act like this. Like, I mean, it's one of those two things that is driving this right here. Dave Lee says, "Dad, gummit, GE, get Casey a friggin' mic." She has a mic. It's not hooked up right now, but she just is very vocal about dumb shit. Like the dumb video, like the videos that are dumb, she has a lot of opinions about how dumb these people are. She's got a low threshold for stupidity.
Woo! Bear money.
Random Noodle says he assumes we are all just as disingenuous as he is. That's true. He does. He does think that, or at least it seems. Daniel M says this pause looks like he has more than pretentious oozing from his hole. Lisa for Truth says Jehovah's Witnesses need to be messed up by God too. If he exists, they hide abusers. That's true. They do. I think that's all the super chats. I think I'm caught up now. But anyways, let's see what else he's got to say.
So, yeah, you know, C.S. Lewis has many amazing quotes. Just Google some of his quotes. You could read 100 of them on Google, anywhere. Beautiful stuff, very educated. But some atheists will probably say, no, C.S. Lewis was a stupid retard. How do you listen to someone like C.S. Lewis?
No, I would never say that about anybody, mainly because I don't use that word as a pejorative. I actually think that that's rather infantile of you. Casey says that he's a piece of shit for saying that. I don't use that word as a pejorative. I mean, obviously he's trying to use it to mean stupid, but I don't see that word as meaning that. But that's just my own personal preference, I guess. Anyways, I wouldn't say that about anybody, especially a Christian apologist. Some Christian apologists out there definitely act that way, like stupid. I'm talking to them what he's trying to say, not what he literally said. Some of them act like that, but I don't think for the most part, most of them are, because I don't necessarily agree with like the diploma mills out there and everything like that, but I do think that there are some genuinely smart Christian people out there. I mean, we both, Casey and I, work, in engineering, and we're in the South, so we're constantly surrounded by very smart people that also believe in God, and those people often say very dumb things, but I don't think that them as a person, they are dumb. Like, that's never a thought that really is crossed. Some of them, yes. Obviously, yes, we live in Alabama, okay? Obviously. Some of these people couldn't sharpen a stick with, I don't know. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed, okay? I agree. I did. I fucked that one up like George Bush. But I'm just saying that, what he's talking about here does not represent the vast majority of atheists, I would say. And for C.S. Lewis, now I don't know, much about C.S. Lewis, but I also would not just blatantly call him stupid just because he's a Christian. And it seems like if this guy ever was an atheist, he was one of those asshole atheists that I can't stand. The type of asshole that goes online and calls people stupid for believing in God. There are many smart Christians. I agree, honey. And I don't think that just because you believe in God, that means that you're stupid. Because at one time I believed in God, and I don't think that I was stupid at that time. I'm not saying I was the brightest motherfucker, and I definitely wasn't the brightest crayon in the box, but I don't think that I was the dimmest either. And I would bet that most atheists also, at least those that grew up religious, don't consider themselves to be stupid in that way. I feel like you have to demonstrate that first. But I also think that a lot of religious people conflate the idea of an atheist labeling somebody as stupid with an atheist having a good reason to label somebody as stupid. S.J. Thomason, fucking stupid. But like William Lane Craig, I have to say that he's a pretty smart motherfucker. He's got bad arguments, and I think that maybe he's been doing this for so long that it's kind of rotted away whatever kind of idea or concept of logic that he had. But at the same time, it's hard for me to say that he's a dumb motherfucker, or that he's in the way that this guy would describe him, stupid. I just simply wouldn't characterize him that way. He obviously appeals to a certain kind of crowd out there. While I think that his ideas are stupid, that his ideas are flawed, I wouldn't go as far as to use the ad hominem of calling him stupid. So this guy just seems like an asshole. I think that's what it really boils down to, is this guy's an asshole.
To someone like
Casey said that Megan from Digital Hammurabi is one of the smartest people that she knows. And I would agree. She is one of the smartest people that I know. And she's a Christian. I currently, because of the shot and the full thing of Coke and whiskey that I had, I can't think right now, but I'm sure that there are plenty of Christians out there that I would definitely say are smart.
Lewis, he's obviously cognitively impaired. Like, what? Really? You think C.S. Lewis is stupid? Have you read some of his books? You guys are crazy.
Wait, have you read his books? Now, I haven't read C.S. Lewis, but I mean, I have read the current arguments that are being pushed by the community. I don't see why a requirement, like, for instance, I don't expect him to read Hitchens or read any other atheist book out there, which I know this past week I complained about people always bringing up the 2010 atheists, but I really can't think of any authors that came up. Andrew Seidel, that's a good one. I don't expect this guy to read Andrew Seidel's The Founding Myth. Like, I don't expect him to have read that book or any other books. David G. McAfee, he's a really good author, and I don't expect him to read David G. McAfee. I don't expect him to read any atheist author talking about atheism. I don't expect that out of him, so I don't know why he would expect that out of atheists. Also, considering how he's presented himself in this video, I seriously doubt he's ever read C.S. Lewis beyond the quote memes that you see all over the internet. He might have read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I seriously doubt he did a literary analysis on it and saw how Aslan. I doubt that he sees the connection between Aslan and Jesus. I doubt that he's done a literary analysis. Yeah. The Chronicles of Narnia are fantastic, but I doubt that he's done any of that kind of analytical research into the topic. Where's my top? There it is. Okay.
His books. See, you guys are crazy. So please, if you're an atheist, stop running away from God. You know, that doesn't mean he doesn't exist just because you run away from him, all right?
Now listen, if anybody knows me, I don't know if you could hear that. Maybe let me bring my mic down here. Here. I don't run.
You do run.
My body does not give the indication that I run.
But you do.
I do run in place. If I'm running away from God, he should be easy to catch my ass. Right? Like, it should be an easy thing to catch my fat ass running, because I'm sitting here during the day like this, and I'm like reading a blog post or something, and I'm running. If only I had some kind of like video up behind me of like trees or like a running path, it'd be like, yeah, I'm running. But in any case, I'm just saying that, like, I'm not running away from God. And if I were to run away from God, it would be very easy for the most powerful, omniscient, omnipresent thing in the universe to catch my ass. Okay? I mean, metaphorically or in reality. It should be the easiest thing to catch me, regardless of how fast. God should be able to catch Usain Bolt. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, you saying that we're running away from God and all this other shit, God knows exactly what kind of evidence would convince me that he exists. He chooses, if he were to exist, he chooses not to provide that evidence. Instead, he provides, he doesn't provide any evidence at all, and he relies on Christian apologists, in this particular case, religious apologists in general, to make the case for him. And it's a really poor case. Like, it should, like, it only convinces people, in my opinion, it only convinces people that can easily accept those arguments as evidence for God. Those that require maybe a little bit more evidence or are a little bit harder to convince, God's just like fucking vanished. He doesn't care about those people.
Exist just because you run away from him, all right? Stop running away. Seek with all your heart. Knock and he'll open the door. Ask and you will receive. He loves you. Just
now, if I recall, first of all, a little bit of a trigger warning here. If just in case you're easily triggered by things, or you've got some kind of trauma in your past, just to warn you. In the HBO documentary called Maxima Mea Culpa, I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact title, but in that, there's a priest talking about how a young boy would pray to God to make the priest stop raping him, as the priest was raping him. This was a child that completely believed in God. Wholeheartedly believed in God. He was an orphan that was in the care of the Catholic Church. Yeah, I hate them too. I don't hate many people, but I hate the Catholic Church as an organization too, and the people that continue the abuse. But that right there, the fact that a child that completely and wholly believes in God, this God knocked. This child asked. God did not answer. So you can't sit there and tell me that knock and the door shall be opened, ask and you will be answered. Because if that is the case, if God answered that small child, that means that God looked upon that situation, saw that priest graping that child in whatever kind of room he was in, and said, no, I will not help you. I will let this person violate you and destroy your life. I will allow this to happen. I know God works in mysterious ways, baby, but at the same time, this is not a mysterious way. This is not helping. This is God watching the violation of a small child. How can you sit there and tell me, knock and the door shall be open, ask and you shall be answered? How can you tell me this when these things are happening? Of course, people like this will just say, oh, it's free will. God allows them. I'm sorry, but it's not a violation of free will for God or Jesus or the Holy Spirit in whatever kind of form that motherfucker takes to pop in, punch the priest in the face, and then pop out. And then anytime the priest even thinks about doing that again, God pops in the picture in whatever kind of form, punches him in the face again. This isn't affecting free will. This is providing the kind of judgment that God supposedly provides. This is not preventing somebody from making a free will choice. It's like, hey, you can think about this if you want to, but guess what? I'm going to punch you in the face every single fucking time and then pop back out of existence. God could literally do that if he's omniscient, if he's omnibenevolent, and if he's omniscient, omnibenevolent, omnipresent. If he's all those things, he could definitely do. This is not out of the wheelhouse of God. So don't sit there and tell me this line from a gospel where Jesus was providing, the 2 loaves or 2 fish and 5 loaves or whatever in the fuck he was providing in order to feed people. Don't tell me this shit when it's provably wrong.
See if he loves you. Just ask. You'll receive. He'll give it to you if you genuinely ask. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. Christianity is not hard. I mean, it is kind of hard when you're living in this wicked world. Temptations everywhere. But just, don't wait. You could die today. 150,000 people die every day. And you could be next in line. We're all going to die. And there's a heaven, there's a hell. Please choose Jesus, not Satan. Stop choosing your own sins. I say this out of love. I was in your shoes before. I was transformed only 2 years ago. Guys, I'm still learning. I'm still being sanctified.
Really? You're still learning? I think you need to learn a little bit more. You need to learn humility. You need to learn how not to be a dick. You need to learn how to communicate with people. I'm sorry, but if you go anywhere trying to convince people of this and you treat people like the way you do, you're just not going to convince. Like, I would really hate to see you as a salesman trying to sell like an Android product or an Apple product. It's like, oh yeah, you don't want an Apple product? Well, that just means you want to sin and suck off Google. Yep, that's what it means. I used to be just like you. I owned an Android device for 3 years, and then I finally sucked off Apple, and lo and behold, I'm not sinning no more and using an Android device. Like, what in the fuck, dude? You don't know how to communicate your message. I'm not saying that I'm perfect at communicating my message, but the only message I'm looking to send is that you're a dick. Hellbound Hillbilly says, you know what's not hard? Not being an asshole. It's hard for this guy not to be an asshole, that's for fucking sure.
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, what about that one person that thought that you sacrificed small kittens in your basement? Oh yeah, specific people on the fucking internet suck.
still being sanctified, slowly but surely. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I love you guys. I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful day. Today is Sunday. I'm going to the beach. All right. Bye bye.
Shouldn't you be in church? Why are you going to? I mean, I've kind of feel like, that's a little bit of work. Technically, as far as physics goes, work is defined as like expending energy. So, I mean, if you're expending energy to pick your ass up and go to the beach and have a good time, and then picking your ass back up and moving it back to your house, I mean, that kind of seems like you're doing work right there.
Sorry, have you been Catholic?
That's right. Catholic Mass is a lot of aerobics, but they're doing it to praise God. I don't know what kind of thing he's praising down at the beach other than, bikinis. Raw. He's praising Raw down there. Oh, the sun god. Yeah, that's true. He's getting that tan. Yeah, we all know that God is a pale white dude who's a wizard up there who likes to cast magical spells on people. No, the God of Christianity definitely doesn't like a tan. Anyways, ask the Mormons. That's going to be it for our show today. I appreciate everybody being here. In case you've made it this far tonight, I don't know if you saw, but I'm borrowing Brocephus's whiskey stones, okay? He let me, because we don't have an ice maker yet. We're still working on getting that shit done. Yeah, we got to get our real fridge, so we're working on it. But in case you guys didn't know, Brocephus has his own whiskey stones, and like I said, they're America as fuck. These are like, I don't know what caliber this is, and Brocephus has already gone downstairs to bed, but I can only imagine that these are probably 50 caliber bullets. But that's my whiskey stone. Huh? Are they? I don't know. I've never held a 50 cal bullet. I've only held I think maybe I've held a 223 or a 357. Maybe. I used to have friends that were really big into guns. Anyways, so that's going to be it for our show tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know I definitely have some things to sort of flesh out here for my new studio. I mean, my green screen is on point. It's working for me. It's oh so good. It's nice and flat and everything. It pulls down from the ceiling. Anyways, I love it. But I got some things to work out, and we'll be working those things out together. If you will, please leave me a like and leave me a comment down below. It would really help us out here. But I'd also love to hear what you guys think about this guy tonight. Do you think that he had some good points, or do you think that he's a bit crazy? Look, Kritzia.
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Look, Kritzia cosplay said, America! F yeah! Let me see. America! Fuck yeah! Coming in to save the fucking day, yeah! Fucking bullet and whiskey. That's all you need for America, right? But anyways, let me know if you think this guy had a good point. Let me know if you think that he was spouting a bunch of bullshit. Let me know if you guys think that, he was never an atheist and that he is looking at atheism through some kind of weird Christian lens. Let me know what you think about this video tonight. I'd really love to hear it, or read it rather. But in any case, definitely leave all that down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. But now we got to get into the Skeptic Mafia comments. And oh no, that's the wrong one. If you guys don't know, the Skeptic Mafia is pretty awesome. It's the memberships here on the channel. If I can
Hey,
get this
I don't
to
know if
zoom
y'all
in.
know this, but every time you donate, the Lord cries.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, honey. Let's see. Let's refresh comments here. Okay. So first up, we got Daniel M. Okay, thank you, hun. Daniel M says, I did not get to watch the video tonight. I was busy catching up with Big Brother. Oh, we got to catch up with Big Brother. I think, are we caught up? We still have one episode to get caught up to. So yeah. I was all on board with getting Frenchie out of the house. That guy, I mean, I don't understand how you can think that you're going to set up an all-female like alliance as a guy. Yeah. That seemed really weird to me. What do you think about Brent? I can't tell if I should like him or hate him. Oh, I loathed this guy tonight. He is so full of himself, but has shown he is capable of some deep conversation.
We got a new member.
Uh-oh. The Nitzvian just became a member. Anyway, this season is interesting. Oh, is Brent a person in the show? Okay, which one's Brent?
One who thought he should talk. Not
Brent. Oh. Wait, is that the guy that was on the block recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the entire house is against him, but he thinks he's got the votes. Yeah. That guy. Fuck that guy. Yeah. I don't like him at all. Anyway, this season is interesting. Who do you think will win, John? You know, honestly, I don't know. Because I've watched several seasons of Big Brother and I can never peg who's gonna win. Because I've pegged people in the past, and I mean I've only been let down, not by them, but I mean let down because I was wrong. You know, so I mean I don't know. It's weird. I don't really have a good handle on who might win, but I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to guess. Let's see. Right now I'm thinking Christian. I don't think that is how his name is spelled. Oh no, it's definitely spelled Christian, like he's a Christian. If I remember correctly. Anyway, today on the Oldie station, they played Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Yeah, but it's the Oldie station.
I remember we talked about this.
Fuck. Yeah, I get it. I'm an oldie. I got it. 36. Anyway, today, let's see. I'm classic. Okay. Join the Skeptic Mafia and play with some whale peen. Michael W. Roble says, I can't find God for the same reason I can't find my red 1964 Ferrari GTO in the Sears parking lot. Because none of those things exist. I agree. That those things don't exist, and it's the exact same thing as what he's fucking saying in this video. And what is it with the I'm high on Jesus facial expression? The deer in the headlights eyes and a shit-eating grin. Maybe he shouldn't be spending any more time in the sun. I agree. Okay, this is Command Cyborg. I think magic would have been cool to do. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. I think magic would have been cool to do. However, it doesn't really seem like it's a there, you know? It's a bit like sin. Since there's no apparent God, there's nothing to sin against, thus the concept of sin gets pointless. I agree. Now, a lot of the supposed sins are criminal and general bad behavior, but you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do regardless. But another bunch is making for a crap, bigoted society. What consenting adults do with other consenting adults is not the business of yours. I could not agree more, especially with the conversations that Casey and I have had today. I agree. What happens between consenting adults is no business of yours. Smash all the buttons. I gotta go now. Thank you and good night. Thank you there, Command Cyborg. Wizard of Oz says, is that God not powerful enough to find the atheists? I mean, I think that's a pretty good question. Like, is this God, like, why do we have to find this God? Why can't God find us? I mean, this isn't like Marco Polo where we're trying to find him and we're just not saying Marco. I mean, he can come and find us in his own fucking self. Polo! I found you. I know. Torbjornenberg says, amazing! In the first 3 minutes, he manages to cover the you lie, you did not try, and you just want to sin arguments, as well as false analogy referencing C.S. Lewis, making a straw man, claiming I was an atheist too, and call all atheists liars. He might not be very original, but he sure was efficient. All I want to do is reverse GE's slogan and tell him to sit down and stop talking. Shut the fuck up, you dipshit. Thank you, Torbjorn. Hellbound Hillbilly says, this makes me so thankful. This makes me so thankful. Thankful that we didn't have the technology to do this when I was young, crispy. When I was a young crispy. I know I was an annoying asshole, but about it, but excuse me. But I'd have been this shitwit if I had the tech. It's time for y'all to like, subscribe, and join if you haven't already. It's cheap and you get lots of perks. That's right. You do get lots of perks. Like, we're going to be starting up the Skeptic Mafia podcast soon. Again, because we had to postpone it a little bit because we were moving and stuff, and and the Bible study, but that's not a Skeptic Mafia perk. It's a channel perk. Well, some people do. More people should watch the Bible podcast because we're going through the Bible in chronological order. So, you know, it's interesting to see the Bible being read in chronological order because it jumps around everywhere because the Bible's not written in chronological order. Anyways, it's definitely chaos at times, but we're going to be getting back to doing that. Another perk that we get is a monthly hangout, which I think the only time that I'm really going to be able to do that is either Saturday or Sunday this weekend. So I'm not sure. Well, now, you know, I really can't do it Sunday because I'm hosting the line on Sunday. So I guess it's really only Saturday afternoon or maybe Saturday night that I'd be able to hang out with you guys. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 5 p.m. Central. That's tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central. Let me know in the chat if that's good for the Skeptic Mafia members that are here. But we'll hang out. You'll be able to see what's behind me. You know, I've got a webcam and everything like that. Shit. Oh, my streaming kind of stopped for a second, and now it's going 20,000 kilobytes. Oh, now it's back down to normal. Got it. I just stopped for a second. I don't know if it relayed this, but For any of the Skeptic Mafia members, we're thinking tomorrow, Saturday, at 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you can make it, let me know in the comments. If you can't, if there's a lot of people that can't, maybe we can figure out another time. It just might be a little bit into August that we can do that. So let me know. Next up, we got Dave Lee that says, "Why the frick is this guy rocking back and forth? I got about 2.5 minutes into this self-righteous apologetic hole's nonsensical rambling and had to turn it off. Admission, my tolerance for blatantly stupid crap is rather low of late. It sounds like he's so completely enamored by himself that he must actually be this Jeebus dude that no one can prove exists. But what do I know?"
2 Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Lucrezia. Lucrezia, I think is how you say it, right? Maybe. But what do I do? What do I know? I'm apparently running from God. The fuck? That's me running on our way, hiding. You will pay, dying, 1,000 deaths, searching, seek and destroy. Have a good weekend, peeps. Davo out. I think that's a song. I'm not sure. Sounds like a song. Next up is Polly Pockets saying, "We got a mind reader here, right here. By the way, I love the Chronicles of Narnia. I still do to this day. They were the Harry Potter of my childhood. Wow. Also, not all atheists were D-bags like this dude was. Jeez. Hope your move went well, GEKC. Oh, it definitely, it went. We had people moving our shit, so we didn't have to do too much, but it still fucked us up. Well, fucked me up, rather. Urban Imposter. Yawn. Let me do this right. Probably nothing new here. Probably the reason atheists cannot find God is that God of the Bible cannot exist in the way these theists describe him. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's a pretty pertinent question, or pertinent thing to point out, is that while I'm agnostic on the idea of God in general, I am very Gnostic on the idea that the Christian God exists. So I know that God definitely doesn't exist, but it's a question of, if does a God in general exist for me? There probably are people out there that aren't convinced that the Christian God doesn't exist, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I personally don't see how he can exist, at least not how he's described. Yeah. Let's see. Quentin Van Boeven says, "I tried and I can only make it to about the 3-minute mark. This dude's smugness just makes you want to punch him. He talks as if his experience as an atheist is the same for everyone. Many of us have searched for God, have prayed for him, but he has not given us any evidence that isn't natural. Now, I know some Christians will say that's just how God works, but if God can only reveal himself through nature, it seems that he wouldn't be all powerful. We don't just want to sin. Hell, most wouldn't really be called sinful other than the fact that we commit the biggest sin of all, which isn't hard when all but this are equal, and that is hurting God's precious little ego by denying his existence. Anyway, I'm done with my little rant. Make sure you guys hit all the good buttons, the ones like share and subscribe buttons. Just make sure the AI overlord will look favorably upon GE. And if you don't, then you may as well index at 1, which, in case you're not up to date on current practices and programming, that makes you a shitty person. No, I'm kidding. It's just it's a really counterintuitive way to index. So you're weird, I guess. Anyways, if you can consider joining the Skeptic Mafia for some sweet perks like emojis, such as the devil, the whale peen, and KC's what the fuck face, those three are worth the price of admission alone, but there is also the ability to help choose the video for Friday. So blame us for this train wreck, but not me specifically. I voted for something different. So it was, there were only two options that actually received votes. So you voted for Frank Turek defending genocide. Just to put that into perspective there. Sorry, Quentin, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus or nothing. A podcast, monthly hangout, a Discord channel. That's my time, heathens. Remember to sit down and shut up. Wait, that's not right. Remember to stand up and use your voice. And apparently Dave Lee made it to about 240. I don't blame y'all whatsoever. Jonathan Nickel says, to start with, I hope the move has gone well and you and KC are now both getting settled into your new home. Yeah, if you could see it right now, we're definitely still in the process of settling down. Looking at the video, he starts with an empty claim of heaven, which he fails to back up. He then asserts that atheists are running away from God in the same way that a thief is running from the police. The police can be shown to exist, though. You could visit one of their cop shops. Speak to them. Can we do the same for God of his, for this God of his? Well, my guess is that he would say that you could visit like a church, and that's similar to a cop shop. But at the same time, it's not the same because God is not at the church. I mean, obviously, religious people would say, yes, of course, God's at the church. God is everywhere. He's omnipresent. That's what they would probably say, but we're expecting some kind of physical evidence of God, and I really don't see that like anywhere at a church. If atheists believe his God existed, they wouldn't be atheists. If atheists thought that sin was real, they would be convinced that there was a God to sin against. They wouldn't be atheists. If atheists thought that hell was a real place, they would believe in Satan and by extension God. They wouldn't be atheists. That's a good point. This is another, there has to be something wrong with the atheist claim. Like the video from yesterday, they can never accept that there is a lack of good evidence for their position. They rarely critically examine their own beliefs, and those that do often turn to atheism. Yeah, so the video from yesterday was actually the John McCrae video, the What Do You Mean video, where he laid out 3 reasons why atheists reject the evidence for God, and they were all bullshit reasons. He said that atheists didn't look for God. I dare him to call into the atheist experience and make that claim to Matt Dillon and see Matt would have him for breakfast. Actually, I think Matt would just hang up on his ass. Because as pretentious as he is, he wouldn't last maybe a minute with Matt. Matt's quick to hang up on fuckers. He said that atheists didn't look for God. I dare him. Oh, wait, sorry. He gives the story about being a former atheist who used to do all these, from his perspective, terrible things. But then he prayed to God in his life and changed his life. If he was an atheist, then why would he pray at all? This argument holds less water than a chocolate teapot. I've heard that this week. Like, I don't know where that comes from, but that is a fantastical, like, little saying to have. Like a chocolate teapot. Like, this holds as much water as a chocolate teapot. Exactly. That's the point. Casey would just eat the teapot. I'm right there with you, honey. I'll just give myself a little bit extra insulin. I wouldn't use the R word when describing C.S. Lewis or anyone else. Lewis was a very intelligent man and also a Christian. His Narnia series, despite being a good yarn, was packed with Christian allegory. I'm not sure how effective they were as an indoctrination tool, though. I didn't pick up on the Christian parallels until I was a little older. See, that's the thing, is that you have to do a critical analysis of it in order to understand how Aslan or Asgard was similar to Jesus. And so, yeah, it takes a little bit more of a sophisticated mind, or not sophisticated mind, but just a little bit older of a mind, I guess, to really try to look into the literary things of it. Anyways, then he ends with a shifting of the burden of proof. That doesn't mean he doesn't exist. Then some preaching and empty promises. All in all, his video was an insult to atheists coupled with an empty promise. I agree. It was a dumb fucking video, that's for sure. Gary White says this clown doesn't have a clue. He needs to read his book again. Okay, who in the blue hell is C.S. Lewis? And this clown isn't indexing at 1. To me, he is indexing at -100. He needs to get a clue what atheism is and shut the fuck up. Here's my rant for the day, and his video was nothing but in the voice of Peanuts. Blah 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 blah. He made my head hurt, and I'm surprised that I didn't face plant into the wall. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. It was difficult not to face desk. I'm right there with you. Drew's book review says to respond to the first thing he said, yes, it is a beautiful day. Glad you had a beautiful day there, Drew. The thing with gods is that gods need someone to believe in them in order for gods to exist. You see, they derive their power from the beliefs of their followers. The more people believe in them, the more powerful they are. You know who also operates like that? Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember in Peter Pan, but you know, the more you clap in the audience, the healthier she gets. And so you get all the audience to clap and believe, and blah, she's restored to full health. God is Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's God.
No, actually,
Your Drinkerbell? Then you could fill it with the rest of my whiskey. Okay. That is why in more culturally secular countries, the influence of God or gods is diminished. Terry Pratchett explains this in a much more humorous manner in his book, Small Gods. You should check out my review I posted earlier today on my channel. Oh, Drew's got a really good channel. You guys should definitely check it out if you want like reviews of books and everything like that. You should definitely check out his channel. It's really good. As for not finding God because we are like criminals running from the cops, I think he missed the point. A criminal runs from the cops because he knows or believes the cops do exist and there will be consequences for his or her actions. So given his analogy, an atheist would have to know God exists, just like a criminal knows the cops exist, and thus will behave consequences, and thus will have consequences for their sins or crimes. But if an atheist knows God exists, he or she would not be an atheist. You see, his argument collapses on itself by simply virtue of the fact that in order for it to be true, atheists cannot exist for his argument to be true. Thus, his argument can be discarded as worthless. Anyway, heathens, until next time, keep on reading. I agree with the idea that atheists would have to believe that God exists in order to run from God. But I think that he's probably operating from
Beer money.
Crap. Let me see. What is it? It's a Romans passage. I don't know it right off the top of my head, but it's a Romans passage that says that everybody knows that God exists, right? Coming from Paul. And so I think that he's probably using that, if anything, to claim that we know that God exists. We're just running from it. We don't want to know that he exists, but we do. So that's probably how he would respond. I'm like the Christian whisperer. Nothing from the laugh track. No, it's okay. All right. Last few that we got here. Uhan Roderick says, "Stop killing, stealing, murdering, and graping." Says the guy who lives his life by a buck full of killing, stealing, murdering, and graping. You know, that's an astute observation there, Uhan. Thank you for making that, because I didn't make that earlier in the video, and that would have actually come across really well. Damn, you're right. Smash all the buttons and join the cool kids in Skeptic Mafia. If you join the Skeptic Mafia, you'll make God cry and poop his pants at the same time, so do it. That's why we're running from him, because he shit his pants. The Ruined Warrior. Hold on. The Ruined Warrior says, "Give it to me, Jesus." Well, he says, "Give it to me, Jesus!" Clyde950 says, "What a tool. That was just insulting. You just weren't saying. I shake my fist. I'm so mad." I agree there, Clyde. Thank you, all the Skeptic Mafia members that commented tonight. I'm so glad that you guys did. Get back over here. All right, that's gonna be it for the stream tonight. I hope that you guys. There we go. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You know, been trying to get you know, everything set up here, so I'm glad that I was able to stream to you guys tonight. Let's see, I'm looking for a setting in here right now. Normally I take comments, but we are kind of running late here tonight, so it's because I talked a lot. No more shots. So apparently in the settings, you can have automatic chapters. For some reason, they think they can automatically detect chapters in a video. I don't know why. Oh, and we're already like demonetized. Like we're limited, but no ads is what I meant. Not demonetized necessarily, but we're limited to no ads already. That's because I'm a bad content creator, I guess. Anyways. Huh? I know. Catholic priests and graping, and that's what got me fucked. I get it. Oh shit. You know what? Also, the thumbnail was completely wrong. And fuck me. I know. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna be going. Gonna have a great weekend. Like I said, Skeptic Mafia tomorrow, 5 p.m. Saturday, 5 p.m. Central. We'll be having a hangout. So I'll be sure to get you guys a link well before I get in there and everything like that, so that you guys can have some time to get in there. And I guess I will see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. Bye, heathens!